Jill with Angel Creations. Welcome back to my craft room. So today we're going to be finishing up our Easter crafts, and I really just wanted to use this Easter board because it's just such a nice piece. So we are going to be using this on our last Easter craft from the Dollar Tree. Everything's from the Dollar Tree. If I see something that's not from the Dollar Tree, I will let you know. We're going to be using a napkin from the Dollar Tree, one of these thin planks of wood that they come, I think 6 or 8 in a package from the Dollar Tree, and then some various foliage. The only thing that I'm not going to be using from the Dollar Tree, and they were really cheap, but it's kind of a, okay, so I'm going to be using a couple of these little burlap sacks. They're round, well, they're cylinder shape. I got it stuffed to hold the shape a little bit here. So I'm going to be using 2 of those that I got at a local store here in Florida. Actually, if you are within 25 miles of Plant City, Florida, you probably already know this store. It's called Southern Hospitality, and it is phenomenal. And I think these were 50 cents there. But, you know, any little shape like this, a vase from the Dollar Tree, or even a tin can, anything will be fine. You can do, I'm just here to inspire you. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to focus on is I'm going to put my flowers somewhere out of my way. And I'm sad that this is going to be our last Easter craft because I have still a ton of projects to do, but they're just going to have to wait till next Easter. Okay, so I'm just going to put my napkin on this board, and then the board is going to go behind the bunny, because if I just put the napkin, you can poke it through. So we're just going to be covering the napkin. I might even just put a piece of napkin down, and then this really is what I'm probably going to do. And that is just to keep it from, you know, being poked through. I gotta show all of my Angel Creation friends. I got an early birthday present from my daughter. Look what I got. I'm so excited. It's a Ryobi glue gun, and it just sits in the stand, and it has the battery and the charger, and it came in a bag, and I just feel so professional. All right, so that's the first thing we're going to do, and we are just going to be placing our, I'm not even going to take this apart. I literally am just going to take this folded napkin just as is and keep it doubled, and I am just going to cut it a little bit smaller than it is, but I'm just going to put that right on my piece of plank or whatever this is, and let me just shorten it a little bit, and that's it. That's all we're going to do. We just want the bunny shape to show up. Using my glue gun here for the first time. Let's see. Ooh, it's got a really nice, easy trigger, I'll say that. My daughter is so good to me. She is. I'm very blessed. I tell you guys that all the time. I have a wonderful family. I have a wonderful family. My sister is also very, very good to me. So I am I was a single mom. I was married and divorced, and then a single mom of 2 children, 10 months apart. My daughter was the firstborn, and look how cute that is. Oh my goodness, you guys, I gotta clean this craft room. Look at it's flying away in the back, but we're gonna cover that up with our board. But how cute is that already? And so I was divorced and a single mom of 2, and my son Nathan was born 10 months after my daughter, and he has autism. and he has actually a whole bunch of diagnoses, but basically my son has autism, and he has high functioning autism, but like he's not academical. Like he can't read or write or do math, but he can do a 100-piece puzzle in 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But so this is what we have on the back. There's our bunny on the front. So cute. And so I have 2 children, 10 months apart. So my son catches up to my daughter for 2 months out of every year. And my daughter does not think that is very funny. Having a frozen coffee, nobody asked me for the ingredients. Nobody wants to know. Has anybody had a Dunkin' Donuts frozen coffee? It's, oh my God. I'm like addicted. I'm making them at home now. Okay, so now I need to figure out what ribbon I'm going to use. I think I'm going to use both of these, pink and green. But the thing I don't know next is the napkin has all the pretty colors in it. So I don't know if I want to also layer with yellow or the pink rickrack, or maybe just plain burlap. Let's just start out. We're going to wrap a little bit of ribbon around our little flower vessels here. Move that. And then maybe we'll, you know, change it up as we go along. So I was a single mom for many, many years, and now my son Nathan, that's his name, he lives in a group home in Clearwater, Florida. And my daughter is a mother herself. I have 1 grandchild, 1 grandson, and his name is Logan. And my daughter lives in Tennessee, and is very, very good to her mom. So years later, I ended up falling in love with a woman, and she was my world. She became the most important person in my life for a very long time, and so we fell in love, and we spent 14 years very, very happy together. And we both loved the Lord together, and I'm not even gonna get into that because you'll have your judgments, and that's okay. Everybody has their place to stand, right? But that's what happened to me. It wasn't something I planned. I met her at my cousin's house one Thanksgiving, and I don't know, but anyways, it was a wonderful life. She gave me a wonderful, and my kids, a wonderful, wonderful life. She was very, very good to us. So that's that. And then 2 years ago, November, she passed away of renal failure. She was a horrible diabetic, and her mom was too, and I think it's throughout her family, unfortunately. So she was very sick, and we did hospice, and she passed away here at home. And so I lost my train of thought a little bit there because I'm thinking about the ribbon still. I'm just not sure if I want to do, because there's so many colors in the napkin, I want to try to incorporate it. So maybe I will do that, or it's either that or burlap, because you know how I like the primitive decor. But I realize that that's not everybody's cup of tea, so I don't do all of my crafts in primitive. Ouch. Try to open this up here. So anyway, long story short, I have my sister and my daughter are very, 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 they spoil me, I have to say. I appreciate them. Okay, I think we're going to do something like this with our ribbon. I can't show you, so you'll see it. But we are going to cut our burlap ribbon and take the wire out because I want to fray it. So we're going to do something with those, but I'm just going to cut right down the sides of the ribbon and cut that little wire right off. And so I've had a, let's see, how do I word it? I've had an interesting life. I really have. It's not always been good, but it's always been blessed. I've always had the Savior with me as far back as I can remember. When I was a little girl, I even had the Lord in me. I guess one morning this is just by a story, I don't have memory of this, but I guess one morning my family overslept or something, or I got up early and I walked myself, I got dressed, and a dress that was too big for me, and it was on backwards and it was see-through. And I walked my little self right down to the corner church. It was a Catholic church and we weren't even Catholic, and just sat up there in the front row, proud as a peacock. And when my parents and family woke up and couldn't find me, they had the police out looking for me, and the whole neighborhood was looking for me. And all of a sudden, the church bells, so this is what we have. It's just, hope you can see that. You probably can't. Although I say this a lot on here, and then when I watch it back on the big TV, not on my editor, but when I watch it back on my big TV, I do see it. So I'm hoping you can see it. But I'm just fraying the edges and cutting the wire off this burlap ribbon. So anyways, when the church bells rang, my mother said, I know where she is. She's at church. And sure enough, there I was, sitting in the front pew of the Catholic church, 3 or 4 years old, maybe 5, 4 or 5. And I'm sure, I don't even know if I knew what they were discussing or talking about, because you were supposed to be at that age downstairs in the Sunday school, but I didn't want to go there. So I have had the Lord in my life since I was a little girl. And then not only did that happen, because I didn't really make much of a conscious, I'm getting my apron unstuck here. Not only was that probably not a conscious decision, but years later, I went to church, and I was probably maybe 6 or 7, and I went up to the altar of the Nazarene church that I was there with a friend, and I was born again, gave my life to the Lord then, and years later I did it by immersion. So let's just say that I've always had God with me, and thank God for it, because I would be a drug addict or an alcoholic, or if I didn't depend on God through all these years, that just came naturally to me, I would depend on other things, I'm sure, because my son was a tough cookie to raise, especially all by myself. So, all right, now I'm going to wrap my ribbon, and I'm just going to glue it onto there is a backing here, so we'll start where the seam is. And I'm just going to put it right in the middle. Oh, I love that little glue gun. It's nice and light. We'll just hold that ribbon down there for a second. And where is my glue? Here it is. My little finger protector out. So, I've lived an interesting life, and ended up leaving my abusive husband with both of my children, and I had to go into hiding. And I had to go into hiding, 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 and I had to go and the courts had to impound my address so that he legally couldn't find us. So yeah, we won't get into all the juicy, gory details right now, but it's been an interesting life, and it hasn't always been bad. I have amazing support. I always had amazing support in my life. My family, my mom, my dad, my brother and sister have all been amazing support, and so it's been a life, right? Let's just say that. It has not been bad. I would never say I had a bad life. Never, ever. Interesting, I've had. Yes, interesting, I have surely had. Well, I think we need a new glue stick here. Finally, in our... Put it down. Put one in. Well, let me do this. Can't do two things at once and my glue's going to dry. Get that down real quick. So my son does very well for himself. He lives in a group home, like I said, in Clearwater, Florida. We talk on the phone every Wednesday, and we visit when we can. And but he is very busy with his group home. They go out and play basketball, and they do a lot of things in the community down there in Clearwater. First of all, they go canoeing, and they go basketball, and they go to the park, and they go see Winter the dolphin. Although Winter the dolphin just passed away. Do you know Winter the dolphin? Winter the dolphin, there's a movie, I think it's called Dolphin Tale, about a girl, or maybe it was a boy, that found Winter on the beach. So this is what I have. This is what I'm doing. Okay, and now I have to decide if I'm going to put another ribbon inside, which I am. I'm going to use Dollar Tree burlap. It does have a little gold on it, but I don't mind that. I'm going to use that. So we're just going to put that right around the middle. And this morning I was crafting with my sister, and I was making these cute little, you know, the little, I'll show you, but I took some napkins and covered some of the little wooden pieces from the Dollar Tree, and the carrots, the eggs, and the bunnies, and their little tiny wood, you know, their little tiny wood, these, let's see. The little tiny bunnies and carrots. So I covered some of those, let me show you, in napkins, and I think maybe we'll put a couple on here. All right, but anyways, you don't have to. Oh, you could put a button on here, you could put anything, you could put nothing on here. You could really do whatever you want to do with it. Whoop, that's hot. Okay, so that's that. That's what we're going to do for that. And we're going to put that aside for a moment and have another sip of this frozen coffee. It's got whipped cream on it. I got to cut that crap out, though. That whipped cream crap. All right, so, and I'm using a sugar-free hazelnut sweetener in it, too. So it's even, without the whipped cream, it's not that bad. All right, let's put a new glue stick in our new Ryobi glue gun. It's not my birthday yet. It's not till Thursday, but it came in the mail yesterday. She had me open it up on camera. I don't know if that's going to stay in there yet. Okay, because it's so long, it's hanging out the back. Alright, so let's give this a little glue, and we're going to put another piece of this burlap Dollar Tree ribbon right in the middle of the pink one. And we're going to go all the way around and cut that. Yeah, and then the crafting has always been with me as well. I just have always enjoyed doing crafts, and so hasn't my parents. My mom had a craft store in Derry, New Hampshire, where we grew up when I was little. And how cute is that? I love those colors. And my father also was in that store. He did leather tooling. He made pocketbooks and belts and wallets, and he did amazing, amazing things with those. All right, so let me just see. I got a carrot, an egg, and bunnies here. So what do I want to do? We have maybe we should do 2 bunnies, because after all, we're going to do 2 bunnies because it is, yeah. All right, so I'm just taking 2 of my bunnies, but look, I put little napkins on them. They're so cute. Don't mind my nails. I'm giving them a rest from polish. They need a little break. Really need a manicure. So I just picked out 2 of my little bunnies that I did earlier, but even if you wanted to just paint a bunny, this is what they look like without the napkins on them. I'm going to just glue one of those onto both of these little, let's put it on the bunny. And I'm just going to glue it right onto the front of my burlap. So cute. Probably hard to see. I'm sorry. Alright, so there's that one. Now let's glue this one. Looking for the back seam. That's going to be glued down to the board. So my daughter was asking me about this glue gun that I've been wanting. She pays attention. See, I don't even realize it, but when we're talking, she pays attention. And I never wanted her to buy me this. This is over $100. I don't expect my daughter to do that kind of gift for my birthday. Ever, ever, ever. And so she was asking me for the link, and I wouldn't give her the link. And so she went through my sister, because my sister knows everything I want and like too. All right, so now let's cut off some of our flowers, because we are going to put them in our, I am just going to take these little bags that I have stuffed in here that I've been just trying to keep them tubular. And I don't think we're going to need any foam or anything in here. So we might at the end have to put a little bit of Spanish moss, but let's just see. So we have all these flowers are from the Dollar Tree, and none of them that I know of are this year's flowers. I haven't bought. And let's just say I want to cut this down off the bottom here. So I'm going to need, I don't know how many. Let's just do, well, we got 2 things to fill. I'm going to cut 1 of those each. Can come back to it if we need more. I'm going to cut 2 of these purple. But like I said, please use any flowers you see fit. This is just what I happen to have on hand. And they're just so pretty. They're just Eastery. So we'll do the 2 of those. And then I have some of these pink ones. So let's do, let's see. These are a little different. These come a couple on a stem, and that one was just tucked in there. So let's do this one here. Okay, so we have 2 of those. I don't know where this went. Maybe it fell off. And then we have 2 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those, and then we're going to do 1 of these each. And if I am correct, these may have come from Dollar General. So, but I'm not positive. Not positive. So I'm going to take this one that has 2 on each top there, and I'm just going to try to bend that. but not with that. All right, so we put those aside, and I really wanted to incorporate some of these eggs in this. We'll see, it might be too much, so we're gonna stop with our flowers right now, and we're just gonna take a pinch. We're gonna take one of our purple, one of our white, and one of our pink ones, and kind of make a little bouquet. And then we're gonna tuck in one of these in the front here. I don't know what those are. Just like that. Just gonna do a little wildflower bunch. Little wildflowers. Let me move these leaves up here. Yeah. All right. So just a little bunch of, like a little bouquet of wildflowers. That's it. And then I'm going to cut them all the same length, and I'm going to just glue them together at their stems. Okay? I don't know how to show you. I'm just going to put a whole bunch of glue globs all over the stems where they're all touching. That's probably a terrible way to do things. But I am doing it that way. And I'm going to show it to you when I'm done. Nobody is going to see it. I'm just kind of using my glue gun to anchor them all together. And then I'm just going to stick that little bouquet right down inside of my little planter. Just like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing with my next bunch. I'm going to move my leaves around just a little bit. I wanted that one to go up, but it doesn't seem to want to. Okay. Moving those leaves up a little bit. So I'm taking a white one, a purple one, a white one. It can be taller. And then my pink one. And then, I don't know what this is. I don't know what that is, but we're going to take that, put that one down a little lower, so it's in the middle. And then we have our little bunch. Let's fix this one here. We're going to glue this little one and just give it a little fix because it's flopping to the side. So I'm just going to fix it so that it's not flopping. I want it to be held up more, and then I'm just going to take my little bouquet like so, make a little bouquet, little wildflowers, and we're going to put this little thing, whatever he is, in, and then I'm going to cut them all off at the bottom. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to hot glue all around. You just keep it pinched with your fingers so that they're all together. You just drip some glue on those stems. Making sure that it touches all of them, and you just turn it and squeeze and turn and squeeze. And so you have a nice little glob of glue on there. And then you're just going to take that and stick that right down inside of your vase. And then we're going to stick a little green moss in, but this is gluing up a little bit. And we will glue these on our little bunny, and they will be so cute. So I need some moss, and I like to keep my moss, you know, it's tucked under here. Oh, can't reach it. I like to keep my moss in a little baby wipe container, and I'm having a hard time finding these containers. you can find the baby wipes, but they're all in packages now that just have a little, they're just the plastic with the cover, you know. So let's stick a little bit of Spanish moss in and around our little, we're just filling that little gap. Just gonna fill that gap in. And I'm not doing it in the back, I'm just gonna do it in the front. And I'm just sticking my glue inside here so that it has something to stick to. Because this doesn't need it in the back because we are going to be gluing this onto our surface. So that's all we need. Just so cute. And then we'll do a little bit of Spanish moss in this one as well. And we will just glue and tuck. You know what? This one didn't glue down to the bottom very good. So let me just do a little more glue on this. Alright, and we're just going to re-glue that in where that needs to be, and then I'm just going to add a little bit more of the glue around the inside lip. Woo, that's hot. Need a little bit more. I probably stuck that down too far. A little bit more. Where we need some. Let's see. I would say we need a little bit more right here. And a little tiny bit more on the side right here. Get all these strings off, and that's what we've got. Dorbs. Dorbs. And then let's brush this all off. And put our Spanish moss away. And now comes the fun. We are going to, we didn't use those. Now we're going to put our foliage onto our basket here. So we're just going to glue the first one down. Right in the back of this thing is a nice seam, so that's what I'm using as my back. So cute. Just gonna hold this still for a moment. And you could put some floral foam in these if you wanted, or you know, if you didn't want to do it like I did it. Let me take this and hold this straight. I don't know what's the matter with my glue gun. It seems to be cooling off on me, and it had a brand new charge, so I'm not sure what's going on. But anyway, let's glue this one down in the same way. It's still squeezing out glue, but I just feel like it should be, I don't know. And I didn't put up a backup either. I just thought, oh, this will be great. But it seems to have shut off. And I know my battery is charged, so I don't know if it's on a timer. Anyway, let's continue. Let's try to get enough glue. I don't know, people. I might not be able to finish this. That would be awful. Maybe we'll have enough glue on here that it will hold, and then I can fix it later. I'll have to read the Ryobi glue gun book. See how long it stays. Alright, so these are not fastened on here really good, but just to show you, hopefully they're not, no, okay. So, let's take that off. I think this one might be, but it's not secured. So we're going to have both of these glued on here when I come back with the glue gun that is gonna work. I'll be right. Okay, so I have my spare plugged in. I'm gonna have to read the Ryobi book and see, maybe I didn't give it enough charge for the first time. I'm not sure. So these are still not attached yet because I decided that, well, we're letting the glue gun heat up, but I decided these little tiny flowers fell. They fell from where I keep my flowers, and I thought, okay, the Lord wants us to put some little pink flowers on here. I don't know, somebody does. So we're going to attach a couple of those because I thought they would just be cute. So they fell on me, so hey, we'll just take the hint. And I know they're from the Dollar Tree because that's really the only place I buy most of my little foliage. So I'm just going to stick one right in the middle there. Just because it needed a little something in there. Do the same thing to the pink one. And I really love the idea of being cordless with the Ryobi. So maybe I didn't give it enough charge to do the whole time. Yeah, those look cute in there. And now that's what we're going to do. We're going to just glue this on like we were trying to a minute ago. And I'm going to do the pink, I think. Should I do pink and green? Or green and pink. I think I'm just going to leave it like it is. And I'm going to give this a good amount, a really good amount of glue. Up the whole side. So it anchors really, really well. I'm going to stand back and do it. Do you hear the birds? There's a bird talking to me out there. Hear it? I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. Let me... I think it's Jenny. I was talking about Jenny in this video, and I think she's saying hi. And then we're just going to do the same thing on this one. Just glue it right on. Give it a lot of glue so it needs surface attachment. And then I'm going to just look at this for a moment, make sure I have it centered. And I'm just going to hold that down. Just like so. This is so cute. No painting involved, nothing. It's just adorable. And I'm not putting a bow on it because I don't want to take away from the napkin at the top. I want that bunny to kind of be the bow, you know, the icing on the top. All right, let's see if these are glued on enough. Dun, 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 dun. How cute is that? All right, let me move some things here. and give you a better little look. And I've been putting pictures at the end, but this is going to be a hard one because it's long and it's hard to do. But look, there's our bunny. He's kind of like a button. There's our other bunny and our other bouquet. And there's our napkin at the top. Is that gorgeous? Or what? I just love how that came out. I'm thrilled with that. I did want to incorporate Easter eggs, but it just doesn't need those eggs at all. So this is a great time to give me a thumbs up, and sharing is caring. If you want to share this, please do with all your friends, family, and social media. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's free to do so, and when you do, make sure you hit that bell, because when you hit the bell, depending on the drop down that you choose on that bell, YouTube will let you know each and every time that I upload a new video. So you'll want to be subscribed, because we have a giveaway coming up soon, and you have to be a subscriber to win. All right, everybody. Well, I hope that you liked this as much as I did. Let me give you another quick look, starting from the bottom. I love the wood grain. I will try to put a picture in at the end. This one's going to be difficult. I might have to do it sideways this way, but nonetheless, I will put one in. And until the next time that we see each other, be good and do good. Bye now. Hey, I want to tell you one more thing real quick. Everybody that's been praying for my plumbing issue, it's solved. We found the leak. It was in the plumbing between a wall, between my kitchen wall and my bathroom wall, and it was running under the tub where we couldn't see it. So the leak was in the wall, and then it ran on the floor underneath my tub and into my bedroom area where my washer and dryer stackable are. And oh my God, we would have never looked where we finally found it. So anyways, thank you all for whoever's been praying about my plumbing issues. They're solved. It was 3 weeks of hell. It was. I was basically camping. So thank you all so much for all of that. And until I see you again, be good and do good. Bye now.